First, we will understand which muscle is activated when performing Nauli and how it works. This muscle is the transverse abdominal. The transverse abdominal is the deepest muscle of the entire abdominal core. First, we have the rectus abdomen, which serves to flex the torso. Next, we have the obliques, which rotate the torso and perform lateral flexions. Finally, we have the transverse abdominal, which, when it contracts, does not actually generate movement. What it generates is stability. It could be said that, broadly speaking, the function of this muscle is to pull in the belly, but in reality, the transverse abdominal provides stability to the spine and lower back. The transverse abdominal, when it contracts, generates internal pressure, which protects our spine, as we mentioned before, the lower back, and provides stability to the internal organs. Something very similar happens in cars when they crash and the airbag is activated, creating internal pressure that provides protection. Now this pressure slightly limits movement in the lumbar spine, which directs the movement to the thoracic spine. This is very useful, for example, in arch poses. By mentioning this, some of you may have already realized something, that the transverse abdominal is Uddiyana Bandha, meaning that when you fully activate the transverse abdominal, you are performing the complete Uddiyana Bandha. The transverse abdominal, along with the diaphragm, are the main muscles of exhalation. When they contract, they help expel all the air from the lungs and elevate the viscera. When we have the organs pulled up and without air, this is called Uralana Band complete. And this is the first thing we are going to learn to master our Nauli. Now, the bad news is that the transverse abdominal sometimes lacks strength, and this is the main reason why Uddiyana Bandha does not work well. But the good news is that, like any other muscle, the transverse abdominal can be relatively easily strengthened. Exercise to strengthen the transverse abdominal. Lie on your back and inhale and exhale. Inhaling into the lower abdomen. Blow out through your mouth, expelling all the air. Press your tongue against your teeth and release a little more air. Tighten your abdomen, as if you want to pull your belly button towards the floor. Hold it. Inhale into the lower abdomen. Hold it again. Exhale by blowing through the mouth. Press your tongue against your teeth and release as much air as possible. When there is no mass left, breathe in, tighten the abdomen, and lower the navel as much as possible towards the spine. Hold. Inhale into the abdomen. Practice this 10 times each day. Exercise 2. Inhale and exhale while seated. Inhale into the abdomen. Exhale. Start to release the air through the mouth. Press your tongue against your teeth. Exhale as much air as possible. And pull your abdomen in. Hold. Inhale into the abdomen. Exhale again by blowing through the mouth. Press your tongue against your teeth. Exhale all the air out. Suck inwards. Hold it. And practice this 10 times each day. Nauli is a posture that is a panic. Bend your knees, bend your torso, hands on your legs. Stay like this, slightly hunched forward. Nauli phase 2, exhale and contract, hold. Blow out, release all the air through your teeth. Suck in and hold. Nauli phase 3, in order to properly and effectively close the throat, exhale by pressing the tongue against the teeth. Slide the chin forward, then backward and upward. Tighten the throat muscles. Nauli phase 4. Suck in deeply without breathing. Blow out, expel all the air, close the throat, lift the lungs, suck in, perceive the sound produced in the throat. Stay in this phase of Uddiyana Bandha until you completely master it. It is very important to perform this phase to have a good Nauli. I recommend that you practice it every day. The first thing you should do upon waking up after brushing your teeth, if you need to go to the bathroom, Then immediately Nauli, do it before drinking any water while completely fasting. Nauli phase 5 involves contracting the transverses backward and toward the center. Very well. Now for what is really important. How do you get the tube out? Uddiyana bandha is the transverse abdomen and the tube is the abdomen. Rectus abdominis, which is the muscle we normally call the six-pack. When you are in Uddiyana bandha, you are contracting the transversus abdominis backward. Now contract it simultaneously backward and toward the center. Imagine that you want to hug the spine from the sides. When you have the tube, hold it and then return to Uddiyana bandha. You take out the tube and return to Uddiyana bandha Nauli. Phase 6. Tube. Uddiyana bandha blows, expels all the air, sucks in, and pushes toward the center. Then return backward and toward the center. Notice how you can contract your abdomen backward without stopping the inward contraction. Contract inward. These are 2 combined actions. Back to the center, and that's it. As long as you manage to hold the tube securely and carefully. At first you will notice a very wide, very thick tube. But as you tighten inward more and become stronger, the tube will become thinner. This may take you a few months, but eventually it will come out. Once you have the tube, moving it will be relatively easy. Move the tube. Carefully blow, then suck. Once the tube is in place, push only from your left side to the right. Left to the right? Notice how at first the hip rises a little to the right. Tell me in the comments how long it takes you to achieve a duo. Thank you for joining me in this video. I sincerely hope it has been helpful to you. Namaste. May yoga, consciousness, and love expand.